So I used to have access to as many milk crates as I could possibly want. I no longer have access to those. So we are going to take some furring strips and make some boxes. Now, this is a really simple and straightforward project and shakes out at being worth doing instead of just buying boxes. These are decently thick. They're, what is that, 1 inch by 1.5 inches. And if I was to buy a milk crate style wooden box, they'd be between $10 and $15 a piece, and each one of these is $1. So we're gonna see how many we can get sorted out. So we don't want it to be a square, so we're gonna have to sort out what dimensions we do want. So we can go 16 by 24. But let's mark it down. Bow. And then to keep everything together as best we can as we cut it, we're going to go through and tape each section together so that when we cut it, it doesn't, all the pieces don't fall apart. They stay as like a clump. Don't need anything super special, just going to use masking tape. You see, we wind up with just a bundle of them. All our bundles of slats. And our construction is just going to look like boom, boom, boom. I'm going to build a little stack of them. Okay, so you could put this together a whole bunch of different ways. I am going to use a nail gun just to make everything quick and easy, but you could also use super glue and some wood glue. You could use masking tape. You could screw it together. Wouldn't recommend that, especially working with the ends of these boards, that they would probably split. Little 23 gauge pin nailer or 18 gauge brad nailer, super worth the investment if you don't have one. So you could go through and sand all of these to get just a little bit better of a bond through everything, but I'm not that worried about it. Boom, boom. Now, these butt joints aren't especially strong, but we're going to wind up putting these guys like this, and then going boom, boom. Most of the structure will be in the post on each corner, but we're going to make each of the assemblies first so that tacking everything together is easier. Okay, so we are going to use some of our other slats to space out how far in between we want everything. I will say my initial dimensions were way overshot, so we're going to wind up with one very large box, maybe two. We're going to go boom, boom, and then we'll be able to take our supports out and do the other sides. It's not going to be this tall. This is just the size it is right now. Okay, so we have our rough assembly, and now we're going to put in our last two slats. Boom, 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 boom. So let's cut these down. Bow. around. Forget here. Need to grab. We should have not there. Hi. Where are you? Well, here we are. Now, I'm considering putting a magnet bar in so that we can put our chisels. But I think it might be better to use a piece of wood. I haven't decided yet. And unfortunately, this system doesn't work very well at all. I need some way to clip them in and take them out, and that could also be sorted with magnets, but I don't know. These are things that are definitely solved by somebody else already. I'm just having fun thinking through it before I go look up the right thing to do. But this is where we're at this point. Okay, so my thought is that we're just going to use nails to hold our lid open. Fortunately, I think these might be a bit too long, but they're all I have. So, boom, boom. Ugh. Brain, 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 brain. Boom. Slip knot. Ah. Oh, now it's far too short. Hey. Do I even need the second side? One side seems fine. Now, now, you might think to yourself, there are a bunch of holes in that box. How's it going to do anything to stop moisture? And my thought is that we're going to put some canvas in here, and then we can coat all of our tools and lay the canvas over it, and that'll help keep moisture out. So we go. Boop. Now I could tack this down. But I don't know if that would be any good. So we go boop. Boop. This one's not going in. These two are. This one is. These will. Oh no, just go boop. 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 So maybe I tack down one side. I say tack down, but like a glue or something that we can pop off if need be. There we go. Boop. 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 Perfect. And then we'll go boop. And now they're covered. And now, in theory, we can deal with rust in the P&W a little bit better. And if we're going to be working for any period of time, we can scrunch this down and out of the way and have access to everything while we're working. So this canvas definitely isn't perfectly cut for this box, but we can go back in the future and sort that out. Definitely need to find a way to have that live in there. Might have to cut the handle down just a little bit so that it sits flat. But I like the size of this handle. We'll see. Oh. I think probably just the chisels will live up here.